following episode of Adam Green's Scary Sleepover was filmed on March 6, 2020. 5 days later, the United States officially declared the COVID-19 pandemic a national emergency, and the country went into lockdown. Doug Benson is one of the most consistently entertaining comedians and actors working today. His persona as America's most lovable stoner may have you fooled into thinking that he's just a funny pothead that made a career out of being high. Sure, the man was High Times Magazine's 2006 Stoner of the Year, and the only comedians more associated with weed are these guys. But if you pass the bong and look closer, you'll see that Doug Benson is in fact one of the smartest, most genuine, and hardest working artists in our industry. From his humble beginnings as a background actor in movies like Blade Runner, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and Return of the Living Dead 2, to roles on shows like Friends, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Bob's Burgers, to his stand-up albums, his TV comedy specials, and his hilarious appearances on almost every talk show you've ever heard of, to his advocacy for marijuana and things like his 2008 documentary Super High Me, God, he was the voice of Bane in the Lego Batman movie. Doug has been incredibly busy keeping us entertained for decades. These days, every douchebag with an internet connection has a podcast, but Doug pretty much invented podcasts way back in 2006. Yeah, I know, former VJ Adam Curry and the British journalist that invented the word podcast 2 years earlier would beg to differ. I'm just saying that Doug was podcasting long before the medium had become a regular part of our daily lives. It may sound crazy, but I trust my dog's opinion on people way more than anyone else's. Over the years, I've learned that if Arwen doesn't like someone, there always winds up being a damn good reason. The same goes for when she instantly takes to someone. Arwen just knows good people when she meets them, and she's been in love with Doug Benson since the very first second they met. Whenever she sees him, she literally can't stop licking him, which proves that Doug is either a saint or that he's made of dog treats. Whatever, fuck you. My point is, animals recognize genuine kindness and love when they encounter it, and when Arwen met Doug, she immediately knew that he was going to wind up being a hero. And believe me when I tell you, Doug Benson is indeed a bona fide hero. Let me explain. Every year around Christmas time, Joe Lynch and I put on Yorkie-thon, our podcast's annual 48-hour live marathon to benefit Save a Yorkie Rescue. We're always blown away by the generosity of our fans and by our industry colleagues who help us save tons of dogs every year by donating incredible items to Arwen's silent auction or by joining us in the studio over the course of the 2-day-long variety show where we stay awake so that they don't get put to sleep. Doug actually opened Yorkie-thon 2 in 2017, and he's donated highly coveted guest spots on his Doug Loves Movies podcast to Arwen Silent Auction every year. But in 2018, Doug left us absolutely speechless when out of nowhere he announced on social media that he was going to personally donate $100 to Yorkie-thon for every seat sold to his next show at UCB Hollywood. His show quickly sold out, as it always does, and true to his word, Doug donated $10,000, single-handedly saving the lives of a few wheelbarrows worth of abandoned and abused dogs. And just so we're clear here, unlike the fictional version of himself that Doug played on You're the Worst, where he was Tom Cruise rich, Doug is as blue-collar of an artist as the majority of us are. He works damn hard to make his living, and while he may be very successful at his craft, it's not like he's flying around the world in his own private jet rolling joints with $100 bills. He just happens to have a giant heart. I know he'll likely cringe when he sees this opening because he doesn't do nice things for the accolades, but it's important to me that you know just what a wonderful human being Doug Benson actually is. I'm Adam Green, and tonight I break out the pillows and blankets, stock up the ArieScope studio with junk food and games, and proudly put my pajamas back on again as comedian, actor, creator, podcaster, and activist Doug Benson joins me for the resurrection of my scary sleepover. it. You know who it is. It's Doug.
Hey.
It's Doug. Hi.
Hey, how's it going? Hi.
It's your favorite person.
I love this doggy. Hi.
Literally your favorite person. How you been?
I'm good, thanks.
Hi. Have you been traveling
So excited. Yeah, a lot, all the time. Going out there, doing my Doug Loves Movies podcast for people. And
Well, good. I'm glad you could do this because like you were our first choice for bringing this back.
I'm kicking off the season.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
A season that we don't know exactly how long it's going to be yet.
That's
so.
perfect. That's my favorite kind.
Okay, so I know you don't like accolades and stuff for what you did for the Yorkie rescue, but I know Joe and I have told you we wanted to do something special to thank you for helping us in such a huge way last year.
Yeah.
So really quick, when we put your stuff down, I got to show you something.
Okay.
We dedicated a wing of ArieScope just to you.
This is a bathroom.
We don't have a lot of wings.
It's his memorial. I'm not dead.
You know what? Forget it, Doug.
Well, that's still...
So I have never played Jenga before, and no one on the crew believes me, but I just haven't, which I know that's weird, but I think I get it. You pull bricks out.
I think so too.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a, I've only seen it. I've seen more Jenga than experienced it.
They have full bars where that's
bars with it, and they have huge ones. And when those topple over, like if you're not watching them play, if you're just trying to have a conversation, it's just like, what the?
That happened before.
It's so loud.
They were playing. It scared the shit out of me.
It's scary. Yeah. You know what else is scary? This snack that you've exposed me to.
It's so good, right?
It's so good. And then you read on the back, hey, it's only 120 calories per serving. And then
bad?
This tiny bag has 5 servings in it. So you have to be like, okay, for my 120 calories, I get like 5 or 6 pieces of it, I guess.
It was an
But
impulse
it's so
buy.
good.
It's so good.
Brownie brittle. Maybe you'll get some free ones now.
That's what I'm hoping, because as you'll notice, there's a Yankee Candle strategically placed.
You trying to get free Yankee candles?
I've been trying my whole life. In fact, I've been trying to get them to sponsor my life. Hi, I'm director Adam Green, and when I candle, I Yankee Candle.
Oh God.
And they follow me on Twitter, they retweet the show when it comes out, but they don't sponsor me or send me free candles.
You got to get above that person who runs the Twitter account. It's generally not the president of the company.
I should have realized that much earlier on.
What about weird Twizzlers?
They are weird, they're filled with...
They're so weird.
What are they filled with?
I don't know. It's like mayonnaise or something.
At first I thought it was toothpaste. It tasted so bad, but then all of a sudden it tasted really good.
There's just like goo in the middle, like, something went wrong between the factory and the store.
You should go first, because you're the guest, and then I can see how you do this.
Okay. I don't know how to do it, but
You just
the idea is you pull it out and then put it on top.
Yes.
And it's easy at first.
Wow, you just made it look super easy.
Yeah,
Oh man, I don't
it
want
is.
to knock it down on my first
Well, what kind of fool
try. Well, see,
How
that'd
could
be
you
the
knock
dumb
it
thing.
down your first one?
Would be to take one where you just took it from.
Yeah, maybe it'd be strategic.
Oh wait, this is easier than I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah,
There we
I
go.
told you, they just slip right out of there.
And now, could I be a dick and do that?
No, that'd be weird.
All right.
It's gotta fit, right? Oh yeah, maybe you could, you just can't, maybe you could have done this,
Yeah, that's.
but you can't, I don't think you can do like this or something, because then it's just like, it's gonna get out of hand too soon, and that, I don't know. I think that's, where's the rule book?
Is there a rule book? Oh.
You're so worried, like,
I'm really only
Like
worried
it's an
about
actual building.
Did we get all the people out
There's
of the
people
building?
in there still. What are you laughing about?
Well, the fact that we didn't stop, even though there's still people in there. Oh, man. Oh. I've been kind of lucking out.
Oh yeah, look at you finding an easy one.
Boom.
Yeah, that was good.
There's not a lot of
That
options
was good
left.
for you. Yep, that's what happens in this game, apparently.
They should have this in Vegas.
Wait, can you go all the way down to the very bottom, or is these two?
Assuming. Oh,
Look at this, look at that mother effer.
That is bold. There's no more middle easy ones for me to get. Oh, wait, except for this one. Oh, shit!
Oh no! Did we get that in slow-mo?
Do we go Jenga? Is that how it works?
I don't think when you. That's more like Jenga.
My only issue with that, though, was that it took a little while. I don't have the patience for that. So our director supplied us with a chess clock, which will limit our moves to have to happen much quicker. I don't know how this works either, but
This is the first time I've ever touched a chess clock. Oh, look at that. It's a high-tech chess clock. I've never played chess or checkers or any game with a chess clock, so this is very exciting.
all right, ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, I move that like that, and then I go like that.
Yes.
And then your time starts to go down.
And I
Man,
do
you're slow.
that.
Then you hit that thing, now I gotta do one. Holy crap, what's happening? Oh, I got it, I got it.
ooh.
Yeah. You go like this right
Oh,
there.
look
Yeah,
at
you're
that.
in trouble with that move.
Oh shit. Okay. Come on. Where are my middle? There we go. Oh shit.
Where your middle's at?
Yeah, I'm getting too
Where's
frisky
my
here.
middleman at? You can, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, either of those moves works. Oh, Christ. Come on out.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh man.
It feels like when you're doing it, it feels like you're wasting more time than you are, but like right now, you're doing great. You still have like. Oh, I'll do that.
Oh. We sort of got lucky there. Oh shit. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Ooh.
Oh man,
Boom.
how is this still going? Two amateurs like us, killing it. Oh
This is where I tell you that I was actually captain of the Jenga team in high school. You didn't
Yeah,
press your
it's
button.
interesting that if there was a Jenga team, there's probably no one to compete against.
Boom.
You know, you're just on a team that just has scrimmages with
10
each other.
seconds. 10 seconds. You just played with yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Okay. Fuck.
Oh, I'm gonna win this for sure. Oh, maybe not.
I'm trying to get it.
I can't even get it.
She'll do it.
Knocked over.
Thank you. Bah. Oh, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I don't. Are we?
Oh,
Good girl. Jenga! After each year's 48-hour marathon that we do, the rescue sends us this book, or these books, I should say. This is just the one from this past year. And in it are the pictures and the stories of each dog
Oh my goodness.
that was saved.
all the saved doggies.
Yeah. You know, this year they gave us a digital copy. So people who helped, we got to show them. But normally people who help, they don't even get to see this part of it. But it's so much more personal when you can actually see exactly who you helped.
It's amazing.
It's incredible, right? We had told them to please not send us the before pictures for the ones that like are in really bad shape.
Sure.
There's like a couple that, will show,
Slipped in there.
yeah, injuries or whatever. But the first year, there were some, we couldn't even get through the book. It was so upsetting. But anyway, I just wanted you to see this because, what you did the year that you helped was so huge. And doing the things that we do in this industry, it can obviously be hard. It can be a lot of crap, but then when you get to put it to good use and do something like this, it's pretty incredible. So I just wanted you to see that.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
All right, you brought pajamas, right?
I brought, my version of pajamas because I don't wear pajamas, so I'm like Slash, so I just brought my top hat and my sunglasses.
If I slept in, do you think I'm cool enough to rock the sunglasses to bed, or? All right, that's a no. Don't fall asleep yet. Adam Green's Scary Sleepover. We'll be right back.
This episode of Adam Green's Scary Sleepover is brought to you by you, our audience. Earlier this year, ArieScope launched a campaign to resurrect Scary Sleepover. And thanks to the fans who have backed us so far, we've been able to produce new episodes like this one. Our third season has longer episodes with improved picture, superior sound, and a whole new lineup of special guests that are just waiting to join Adam and Arwen for a slumber party of their own. But our campaign ends on August 31st, and we can't keep new episodes coming without your help. Look for Scary Sleepover on Indiegogo.com today, or just follow the link in this episode's description to join our team and help the slumber parties continue. Whether you just contribute a few bucks or take part in one of the great rewards our campaign offers for more generous contributions, every donation counts, and every fan that backs us helps make sure that the ending of tonight's slumber party is just good night, not goodbye.
This is always her favorite part of the show. If her breath gets too much, just let me know as she licks her butt. Did you have a lot of sleepovers when you were growing up?
I did. I was really into it. I liked gambling, and I liked goofing around with my friends and staying up all night.
I remember getting sick at one where I had to call my dad to come get me in the middle of the night, and I had eaten SpaghettiOs for the first time. That's what my friend's parents gave us to eat, and I threw them up all over their phone.
Oh my God.
And it was, those old phones with the million little holes in it for the speaker and stuff, and I filled it up with puke. I literally threw up when I said throw up. I'm like, Dad, I think you need to come get me. I'm gonna throw up. They never invited me over again.
It's too much for, a kid to take sometimes.
My friend Shannon, her parents just didn't care what we watched, so we got to watch every horror movie in the world, even like Faces of Death and stuff when we were little kids. Did you watch a lot of horror movies growing up?
Yeah, and I had an older brother, and my cousins were older than me, so I was always the youngest one that they wanted to scare the crap out of. So remember that movie Carnival of Souls?
Yep.
Yeah, we watched that on TV, and it was just on regular TV, but it was that movie's so creepy. And then my cousins later that night proceeded to put Noxzema all over their faces so they look like the people in the movie, coming into the bedroom when I was already too scared to sleep.
When did you know when you were that young that you wanted to do entertainment?
Oh yeah, no, I was into at family parties and stuff. I was doing comedy routines, and I used to do a bit every Christmas I would recite the How the Grinch Stole Christmas, at a Christmas party, yeah, and all my parents, all of their friends and stuff would come over for a party, and I would do that. And looking back, I'm not sure if they were all just humoring me or if I was a big hit. You never know.
I wondered that about things that I did like a month ago. So.
Yeah, I do that after my stand-up sets. Like, people laugh the whole time. They go, they were probably just humoring me.
Were you really a dancer in the Captain EO video?
Dancer's not really the word for it. Like, clumsy fool. It's more like it. Francis Ford Coppola making that little short for Disneyland went way over budget.
Yeah, the most expensive short ever made at the time.
I think so, yeah. So on the last day of shooting, they decided to save money and not use professional dancers anymore. So they put me and a bunch of other people in the costumes of the professional dancers. And at that very end scene where Angelica Houston turns into a beautiful princess and everybody dances around in jubilation, that's just unchoreographed idiocy. Just me and a bunch of non-professional dancers just jumping around.
I am so glad I asked about that, because I've always been like, well, he must be a professional dancer. It's a Michael Jackson video.
They even had the choreographer try to teach us some moves, and then at one point they're just like, F this. we just got to shoot this thing. So they just said, just jump around like you're happy, and it works perfectly for the end of the movie, but it's just amazing how they were all such amazing precision dancers through the whole thing. And then at the end, everyone's just like, like I would just go to Disneyland and watch it and, point myself out to my friends, because like on the big screen, you really can like be like, that's me right there.
Wow.
But now it's like you can only see it like on YouTube clips that are all blurry. So
Yeah.
it's hard to point it out.
When people ask me, like, why do you make horror movies? They're like, why would you like to be scared? And I get it, because that's like somebody saying, oh, I love to be sick. Like, fear is not a feeling that most people enjoy. But there's some of us who, it's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, now you can't, like, I can ride roller coasters all day long. Whenever I hear, like, of a new one that looks super scary, I get more excited than scared about it, There's still that moment when you're going up at the beginning of, most roller coasters where you can't be too, you don't feel too casual,
No.
because you're up so high and vulnerable and generally, moving really slow before you go over the first drop. But the first drop on a roller coaster is my happiest place in the world. Like, wow. I like that feeling very much.
I don't. I always, that's the point of every ride where I'm like, why did I do this? I should never do this again. I hate this. But then after that, you're just having so much fun. But so what are you scared of in real life?
Real life, that's the thing to be scared of right now. Is it's so hard to know. It's just not knowing what kind of future lies ahead for the, not just us personally, but for the, the whole world.
It's pretty bleak, right?
It's just weird. It's just like, it just kind of feels like civilization kind of has to kind of end and rebuild or something. And so it's hard to know exactly, which part of it we're in.
If you were like president of the world, god of the world or whatever, what would your solution be for why we feel the way we do about being scared about the future? How would you fix it?
I don't think that's the problem, is it's unfixable. It's like, I used to be really scared of earthquakes, like growing up in Southern California, and then like, the Northridge quake was really pretty traumatic. And then ever since then, they're saying the big one's gonna happen in California.
Yeah.
Either 10 seconds from now or in the next 30, 40, 50, or 500 years. Like, it's such a exact and not exact, like it's going to happen, but we might skate. We might get through the rest of our lives without it happening. I mean, Northridge has been a while now, and there hasn't been one like that since then. So that's like a perfect example of, like, there's nothing you can do about earthquakes, and you also there may never be another one in California again of that magnitude.
There will.
There's lots of tiny ones all the time, and I'm glad we don't have to hear about every little one, because that would keep me pretty tense.
That one, I don't know, 4 months ago, was incredible, and then the earthquake people were on TV, and at one point the woman was like, "And we'll have an aftershock in about 27 seconds." There it is. Like, it was, man, it is scary because no one's ever expecting it, and then it's just that big boom.
Yeah, I mean, they still just say there's no way to know for sure when it's about to happen, or there's ways, I guess, but it's like there's only mere seconds before it happens.
I just wish there was a way to Men in Black yourself, where you could forget about things like that, at least when you're gonna go to bed at night. Like, just zap it away and not worry about it. But I worry about a lot of stuff, and I think that's probably one of the things about doing this show that's probably not healthy for me, because I absorb everybody else's fears that they tell me about, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. Shit, I should probably be very worried about that. And I add it to the list.
Yeah, there's definitely, like, I remember in that movie, Sex, Lies, and Videotape, what's her name? Andie MacDowell is talking to her therapist, and she's like talking about all the garbage that's floating around on garbage barges, and how upset it makes her. And at the time in that movie, it's like, okay, well, she's a little unhinged or whatever. But now, all these years later, I'm like, why isn't everyone worried about what's going to happen with all the garbage?
Yeah.
It's just so much garbage. It's like the amount of people and the amount of the amount of garbage we create, that's got to end us right there.
What a shitty way to die. Like,
Garbage? Yeah, because it's hard to die of being suffocated by garbage, because it piles up gradually.
But I mean...
But it'll get you eventually.
Do you know the story about the woman who was trying to get on the plane with the emotional support gerbil, and they wouldn't let her on the plane, and so she got on like Facebook Live and flushed it down the toilet at the airport and said, "This is what the airline is making me do." I so vividly...
That's real?
Yes, and I so vividly picture what that animal went through, because it probably lived to hit the septic tank and then drowned in feces and urine in a dark, airless. I couldn't sleep for weeks over that. Even now, just thinking about it again.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I know about it.
That's why.
Somehow that one missed me. I didn't ever see that.
Sorry.
What happened to that lady? Like, you would think the whole Twitterverse would turn on her.
They did for a few minutes, and then they got mad because somebody, laughed at a joke that was inappropriate or something.
I hate those people that laugh at inappropriate jokes. But I'm getting tired, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I think we need to bring the shot clock into this.
What, to speed up the stories?
Yeah.
But there's so much about a sleepover we haven't done. We haven't talked about girls, right? Girls are fun.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. We could do a speed round of that.
Okay. Go.
What? I'm supposed to talk about girls?
Well, you just ran out of time. All right, next topic. Video games.
They're fun.
What movies are you watching? What's your favorite TV show? Oh, no.
I don't have a favorite TV show. I watched every movie that was nominated for an Oscar this year.
Wow, I should actually just sleep with one of these, because it'll stop me from panicking, because I won't have enough time to. I can just sit there at night being like, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, you're a filmmaker, and, so you understand the excitement of, Race Against the Clock.
Man.
We should, You should cut together shots of the time elapsing incorrectly, like they do in every movie where there's a bomb. Like, do you ever, like, when you see a bomb in a movie, whatever time it's at, just start counting it out loud?
Yes.
So when they cut back to it, it'll be way off.
24. That show, like a bomb.
Oh my God, they had to do that every episode. They had to worry about.
But a bomb could be like, it's gonna go off in 10 seconds. 3 episodes later, like.
You're out of time.
It's still like 3, 2. They cut back to it. 3, 2. Well, Night, if you want to sleep.
I hope you don't mind snoring, because
I have to deal with Arwen
I
snoring.
saw enormous logs. Arwen's a snorer?
You haven't. Yeah, Arwen snore is really loud.
It's not cute?
And this can keep me busy from getting too stuck on one thing. So, money.
You just play with that. I'll be over here.
Money's something I worry about. So, hope I get money out of time. All right. The election's coming up. I hope we pick the right person out of time. Come worry with me, Arwen. I got you.
Daddy's got it.
Wait, memorial really means that you're dead? Jenga! Thanks for joining us for this episode of Scary Sleepover. If you want to see more new episodes, please back our Season 3 campaign. Just go to Indiegogo.com and search for Scary Sleepover, or look for the link in the episode description below. We can't do it without you, and the campaign ends on August 31st, 2020. Coming up soon, it's Brian Quinn from True TV's Impractical Jokers and the 4th Hatchet movie, Victor Crowley. Until next time, stay safe and sleep tight. Good night.